Welcome back. This is Joy Ani scrubbing in my own private Idaho, and we are very excited to be back with another Christy's Beautiful Life series of 30 sketches. And this will be going during the entire month of June. And every time I always say, oh, these sketches are the best ever, and they are. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And as I am doing my layout, I will tell you a bit about Christy's Beautiful Life. This is day one, and the first sketch is by Tara O'Rourke, and she has been doing sketches, I think, since the very beginning of when I started doing sketches. I think I've done, I think this is like my seventh or eighth series of sketches, and I want to go back and do all of them because they are very much worthwhile and they're beautiful. So today we are using Terry O'Rourke's sketch, and you can see because I wanted to use this was a perfect layout for the first page of my daughter's Disney trip. And so this is from several packs. I'm really diving into my stash, and that's the great thing about Christy's Beautiful Life is I get a lot done during this time, and it is because of the sketches. And some of the sketches that I've done that I've liked the best have been from this particular challenge. So the first thing I want to do is you can see that this is very layered, and at first you might think, well, I didn't follow the sketch. So what I started was I knew I wanted to use a large sketch because I wanted to use this, I wanted this picture to be large and show because they're in front of Disneyland, and I love where they're standing. I do have my grandson there. I kind of covered him up because he is not an adult and he is not my child. So the problem that I had making, and this sometimes happens, when you make the picture larger, you kind of have to give up some of the things. I made all these elements. You can see from her sketch, she has the striped, and that's what draw me to this paper immediately was I had this striped sketch cardstock. I cut it out with it's a bunch of dies. I will think about it. It's a Stampin' Up! Die, and it's kind of a wonky circle, but it fits perfectly, and it gives that same feeling. I am going to add a little bit of distressing ink, and how I'm going to do that is when you're going on printed paper, you kind of want to try things out. I call that additioning. I'm thinking I want to do black, but I'm not for sure. So what I'm going to do is while my paper is here, I can just try. I'm going to try a few colors on this because I wanted to use this. Oh, that's clear. Oh, funny, funny, funny. Good thing it's standing right here. So I'm going to try black, and I'm going to rub a little bit of black. All this is hidden, so I'm not the least bit concerned. So I'm just taking a sponge and sponging. I do like that black on there. I think that looks great. And I do have black on here. I don't think I need to go any farther. I think black is what I'm going to do. I could, let me throw, because if you look at her sketch, see how she has different sponges, and I didn't, I will go back through because I have the stars. I'm not going to add those blotches because I think that would be overkill. But, you know, I could change my mind. I'm going to try this with a little bit of, and I do like that too. So, I do like the blue on there. Kind of like that even better. And then, if I wanted to, I could, I think this is my winner chicken dinner. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sponge that. That's going to be my sponging what she did. And then I could stamp on it. That's what I'll do. I have a bunch of blotchy stamps. That will be added after I'm filming. Okay, so now that I've decided that, I'm going to move my pictures. And like I was saying before, I have rotated my sketch so that my picture is here. I'm still going to have my tags stick out this side like this. I don't know if I'm keeping this black because I don't know if I have room, because this is a large picture. This picture I printed, it is a 6 by, it's about 6 by 8.5, and I did it on my Epson. And so we'll cover this little guy back up with the little thing. He's very cute. And then, of course, this stuff I'm putting at the bottom. So I did change it, so I rotated the picture, but I kept most of these things the same. Does that make sense? And I have about the same amount of space at the top and the bottom as I do, because my picture is quite large. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing that I'm going to do, hopefully, I'm going to set this aside. I am going to do direct to ink. I'm going to talk about how I made this sticker set and how you can stretch your stickers, because it's the stickers in ephemera that will run you up a lot of money really quickly. Okay, so I'm going to, normally, and I thought about it, I was going to get this paper and I was going to add a black around it, because I do like, especially when it's white, I like to have a dark frame. So I usually have, I usually map my background on a darker piece of paper, but I just don't have the room. I don't have the real estate because my picture is very large. So that is, so I'm just adding a little bit of black. I could draw a pin around that, but like I said, I don't think I have room to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and place my picture down first, and that is, okay. So I'm going to put my picture up here, like I'm going to follow it along. And there were so many things cute on here. I love, this is a very layered layout, and I loved it, and I just didn't have room to put all the fun things that she had on it. Okay, so this is kind of down here a little. I want you to be able to see all of it. Okay, I'm going to cover him back up. Okay, so this strip was, this is a close to my heart paper, and it was a Disney paper. It was Magical, or one of them. I keep all of my Disney stuff together, so it was about 1 inch. So I tore that, and I'm going to set that underneath. And then I had this blue, which is Cameras, and this was from a different Disney pack from Close to My Heart. I think they had like 4, maybe 4 of them while I was in. Monica really loved Disney, so we had, and yet it wasn't enough. And so I didn't have much of this paper, but that's okay. I'm going to tuck it in underneath. And I like yellow to add a little bit of, but it's not my favorite color. I don't like yellow to be overwhelming, so I'm putting that there. So let's talk about, so this was a sticker sheet, and I'd already used the sticker memories. So this is actually the negative space, like this. So I have, this memories look like this, and so I put it on black, and I traced the middle, and I made it a Mickey Mouse, and that's just 2 little brads that I've had since the beginning of time. So I'm going to place that right there with memories. I was going to put like family memories, but once again, it's like my picture's so large, I don't think I have to do that. And I can scoot this down a little bit. I love these little tickets. I found these at a garage sale or someplace, and so I'm just going to put those right like this. And so this is my quandary. To add this, is this too much? I don't want to cover up too much at the top. So I thought about putting it like this and like this. Does that, because I love what she's done. I just don't know if I have the real estate to do it. So I'm going to kind of leave it there. I kind of like it. I'm going to leave it there, and I might add it, and I might not. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to add, oh, I gotta have my red circle in here. And I've kind of monkeyed around with that because there is quite a lot of blank space right in here. And I do have some black stars that I will add after. I think I have some black enamel stars that I can add to that. And the other thing that I think I might add is I have this shimmer tape. And I don't have, there's not enough space for me to get the paper, but I could add the black, and I like that because I have black down here and I have black up here. Or if I wanted to have a pop of red, I could add this here. I think I really like the red and I really like the black. I wish you all could talk to me and tell me which one you like better. I think I'm going to go ahead and add the black because I think it's going to help balance it. Oops. And the other thing she did is, there's so many layers here, she has a layer under here. So if I add this, maybe I want to add the red. Maybe I've just changed my mind, because that gives me the balance at the top and the bottom. And then I kind of like that. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with the red. So while I'm trying to stick this down, oh, and actually I'm going to wait with that. I'm going to add the sponging. So let me make sure that I have all the elements that she had. They also had this right here. So let me go through my sketch, because you probably think I banded it. I really wanted room for this tag, but I just don't know where I would keep that. I could add this fun little tag. I could add it on the side, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it off, because I have several of the layers that she has. She has 2 torn papers. I have 2 torn papers. She has a solid, and I have a solid. She actually has one more that I could have sticking out. I might do that. I'm not for sure. And then we have her locator is bigger, but this came with the pack and it was perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop that up and call that good. Okay, so you can see that even though I rotated it so that my picture's going this way, and that is the wonderful thing about a sketch, is I did not take anything away from the integrity of this sketch because I changed the picture. And actually she has yellow poking out here, one of the, and I might have that. I think this one's too big. I think I'm going to have to tear it down. But I'm going to add the sponging, and then we'll see how much that is. See how she has, this is kind of torn, and then she has paper like this, and then she has all the sponging. And so I'm going to add the sponging, and the sponging is really cute. So where she has the green, I'm going to add blue. So there are so many ways that you can sponge. Because I'm using just a regular ink, I am just going to do the direct, I could add a Missy mat and have it that way, but I think I'm going to like it just this way. And that way it gets me a little bit darker, and I'm using Glacier. So she has it right here. She has it all the way, but remember hers is, I ran my paper differently than her. So I'm going to do this up here. And I think now that I've done this, I think I'm going to add the black sponging. I'm going to add black sponging to it. And I might use a distress ink for that. If I can find my smoky hickory smoke. Let me see, because the oxides will blend onto things a little bit better. So I'm going to just try this underneath. Remember, we're trying where we can't see it, so this is underneath. Ooh, I do like that. And so see how I come in kind of heavy-handed? So I'm going to put it down over here, and that way it's more evened out. So I'm going to do that all the way up to the top where all the other things are. So I've added sponge into that. And then we will glue down our papers, and I will show you the papers. So I know I have many friends that love Christy's Beautiful Life, but they say, I just don't, I don't know how to use it. I don't know what papers cut. So when I make a layout, I will give you the dimensions I cut my paper, and I will say that probably half the time on my channel I will be doing 8x8 papers. I will try to give you a guesstimate of if you want to change it to a 12x12, what that would look like. Recently I have started using the 8x8 more often, and I have really liked it. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put the red. I think I decided to go with red, the shimmer tape. I have some of this left. I was looking in my drawer. My drawer is looking a little thin, so I need to, but I did love the shimmer trim. The only thing about the shimmer trim is, honestly, it's so hard to peel it up. So while I'm trying to peel the end, I'll tell you about Christy's Beautiful Life. So Christy's Beautiful Life, like I said, it's a daily sketch. A lot of people follow along. So what's great about it is you will see what everybody is doing. And a lot of times, this time I'm going to be a head because they gave me a little head start. Because I do the videos, I was contacted, and I got a little bit of a head start. So if you wonder, how did these people get these videos done? It's because we get a little bit of a head start. So this may be hanging over a little bit, and I am not going to sweat bullets on that one. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Okay, so now I will apply the rest. So every day there's a sketch, and people will do, you'll see different paper packs. Most of my paper packs, I use up my stash. So I was with Close to My Heart for about 17 years. So needless to say, I have a lot of stash to use up. So this, the first layer I'm going to put down, I'm actually going to start with the blue one, which is going to go under. So I'm starting my blue one because I have a little bit of problem getting things to be straight, and I've got my handy dandy ruler, totally Tiffany. I bought, Idaho had a expo for like 2 years, and then they never had it again. Kind of miss them, but I bought this from Totally Tiffany, and I like it because it's magnetic and it goes past the 12. So I dog-eared, what do you call that? Anyway, I did that, and it's 1.5 wide, and I'm going to just go ahead and put that down, and it is I am about 2 inches from the bottom. So I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to find my tape runner. Yes, I'm going to find my tape runner. All my kingdom for a tape runner. Okay. If you are like me and you struggle, like some people can eyeball it and it's straight, even sometimes when I measure, it looks crooked to me, and I'll fuss with it quite a bit. So this is 2 from the bottom, it's 1.5, and it was 11 inches, and I dovetailed it. Dovetailed, that's the word I was looking for. Okay, my next layer down is, if I can remember, is this one. Yes, and this one is also torn. Maybe it was the yellow. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, let me put my picture up here because I'm on this struggle bus trying to remember. That's what I do a lot of times. Okay, so that one's there. So I have this torn one, and I have this other torn one right here. It's okay that this is not going to, and if you want to ink, some people ink everything. I'm seeing that this is, but I was running out of this yellow paper was my issue on this one, and so I just kind of tore it, and it was probably 1 1/4, and then I tore it. And we'll tape that one down. Well, let's tape the black one down. And it is a 1/2 inch from the bottom. I'm going to just make that straight, and then, and that's one, if you are short on paper, if you only had 6x6 paper and you wanted to do this one, because I did have a 6x6 Disney pad that I thought about using, you can always just, I'm pretty sure you could have used just 6x6 pad on this entire one, because I could have just had this be poking out. I could have cut it and had it poking out. Okay, so my picture is going to be about 1 inch from the bottom. And I'm going to put that right there. But my title is quite large, so I might have to move that up. See how large this title is? I'm thinking, yeah, that can be 1 inch from the bottom. Because I'm trying to stick a lot of stuff underneath the top. So if I do that, I don't like to have my title sitting on the bottom. I don't know why it bugs me, but it does. So I'm going to have this, and then I'm going to measure the picture, and it's going to be 1 inch from the bottom. And I'm going to kind of center it. So this is a big picture, so I'm going to center it. It's going to be like between the 3 and the 9. And that way I have 3 inches on this side and 3 inches. I like that. On hers, oh, well, she had, her pictures went a different way than mine did. I have problems. I always forget to take things horizontally. Okay, so that's going to go like there. Yes, I'm already liking that better because it's going to be, okay, and then we've got our little yellow pieces that we cut in half. Our little partials. No one will even know. No one will even know I was running out of paper. Okay, then that goes there. And then this is going to go down here, and I'm going to pop it up a little bit. I was so proud though that I could, so I actually got 2 memories out of this because I used the positive space in a different layout, and I used a negative space in another layout. So I'm still working on, I bought a bunch of these shaker cards, and they had, bless my heart, there was a lot of value to them. So this was our shaker card holder, but you could use all the pop dots in the center. So I have used a lot of those, and one of these days I need to start making up shaker cards. It was kind of on my list because I'm not much of a card maker, but I do have family members that said, oh, we'd love it if you, and that's what I get for Christmas, is I make cards up and I give them in, I'm a Stampin' Up! Person, so I have those cute little paper pumpkin boxes, so for Christmas I give them a variety of cards in a little paper pumpkin. Some of them are so cute you don't even have to wrap. Okay, so that's memories. I'm going to put that a 1/2 inch from the bottom. Because like I said, I don't really like it to sit on, well, I want it to come down a little bit lower. So it's lower than I would normally like, but I'm at peace with that. I can do that. And I'm just going to put that here, just in case I want to fuss around and add some other things. Because once you put these down there, it's not like tape where it's as forgiving. Okay, if you wanted to, and I think probably I will, because only half of that's going to show, you can just stuff that under like that. Okay, and then I have I can add some more stenciling if I want to. Although my blue and gray now, I'm not as happy with it because it looks like it's all clumping together, which causes sadness in my heart, but somehow I will manage. Okay, so now I'm back to I'm going to put this right here. See, I like it better now that I have a little bit more room. And so what I did to get this is waxy thread that I've had for probably 20 years. You wrap it around, I wrapped it around my ink pad, and then I tied it in a knot, and then you can give it that distress look. This is going to be this little black piece of paper, I'm going to have that be at 1.5 down. So I'm going to put my little ruler up here and have that be 1.5 down. And this is 6 by 2. So I'm going to put that right there, and it's going to go right in there. And they have it a little bit farther over. They're tickets, so my icons, or ephemera, is not as big as Tara's. She has really big tickets, and my daughter is a junk journaler, so I don't have the tickets, but they are being used, and they're being the memories are being stored with us. So if I had her big tickets, and anymore it's hard to get them, you know what I'm saying? There, you kind of print everything your own. Okay, so there's that, and I'm going to put my little tickets. So this one is the bigger one, so I think I'm going to have it go like, and I like how she has, see how she has this. I think I'm going to, and because this is a lot of bulk, I think I will probably put, and if I had it to do over again, I'd probably pop up my picture a little bit, because I've got a lot sitting on here. And I can have it sit like this, because just don't want to cover up I don't want to cover up the roller coaster picture. Okay, so that's going to be, I'd rather have this be, so I'm going to play around with this one. People make these look, I love these, I love how they look, I just don't always get them to look like I would envision. Okay, so that's a little bit better. And if you didn't want to do that, you could, there are stamps that kind of give that same look. So I'm going to move this up again, because like I said, I don't want to cover up the ride. As you can see, if you look here real close, you can see people on that ride up at the top. That's kind of cool, so I don't want to cover that up. So maybe I'll put it right here. Or maybe I'll put this one here, and this one can go. And she's got it kind of poked out too. So I'm going to fuss with those a little bit, and I'm going to put them down. So what I will add is I might add some enamel dots here. Oh, and here is my locator. This is definitely going to need to be popped up. So I will pop that up, and I think this is the end of day 1. I hope you will follow along with this. It's Christy's Beautiful Life. Like I said, once a day there'll be a new sketch that you can follow along, and there are lots of creators that are videotaping. And so I hope you will like and subscribe to those channels. It gives people a lot of encouragement, and anyway, so thank you. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye.